Come on in. Welcome to Addled Out, where we talk all things Survivor. My name is Luke, and today we're talking about 5 weird things Survivor did that you completely forgot about. You don't get to 20 plus years on TV without getting a little weird sometimes. Like, remember when The Simpsons had an entire episode where it turns out that all horse jockeys are actually part of a secret society of evil elves? What was this? Anyway, Survivor is no different, although there are fewer evil elves. Although there are a few. It's one of those rare shows that has extreme creative freedom, the longevity to try out new things, and the loyalty of an audience that allows them to sometimes get a little goofy. These won't be game twists or editing jokes, the show's done scores of those over the years. Rather, I'll be focusing on other weird things Survivor did, like secret messages within the episodes or weird one-off changes to the challenge format. These will be things that you probably thought were a bit odd in real time, but as the show probably intended, you eventually forgot about. From zany little in-jokes to unholy abominations, let's take a look at 5 really weird things you forgot Survivor did. At number 5 is the game within the game in Survivor 41. Despite its recency, I'm almost certain you've already forgotten about this. Part of Survivor's focus in the new era has been on rebranding it as more of a family show than it had been in years past. Certainly, Survivor was watched by families when it was appointment TV back in the early days, but Survivor really doubled down on capturing a younger audience upon their return from their COVID sabbatical. Part of that was in consciously casting more Gen Z players younger viewers could relate to, and part of that was the game within the game. This was an interactive game where a rebus puzzle for little viewers to find would be hidden at camp, challenges, or tribal council, the answers of which were some of Jeff's most famous lines. Worth playing for example. Back up for grabs. Peanut butter and chocolate. Kids, you'll have to ask your parents about that one. When the puzzle is solved on the Game Within the Game website, you get a video from Jeff congratulating you, and then you're given another word scramble to solve. This is all well and good, except that I couldn't get the website working on 2 different browsers. I kinda get the impression that I am the only person to use this website in quite some time. So sorry youngins, you're out of luck if you're watching Survivor 41 on streaming. This was a cute and inoffensive idea, and the art for the puzzles was pretty good, but obviously not as many kids as they hoped were logging on each week to solve the game within the game, and it was quietly retired after 41. And hey, let's be honest, Marianne and Xander did more to get kids to watch Survivor than some silly rebus puzzles ever could. At number 4 is that time a tribe found human remains in Survivor Marquesas. Okay, I've got questions. In episode 7 of Survivor Marquesas, right before they merge, Kathy, Nalia, and Pascal find what appears to be a human skull at their camp while out gathering wood. The 3 speculate that this is some ancient Marquesian monument and that this could be some sort of ritualistic burial or something. Pascal notes the blunt force trauma to the head before we get the single greatest match cut in television history. But, what the heck? As I see it, there are 2 different explanations here, and both are weird. One, Survivor producers went down to the Halloween store, bought some fake bones, and planted them at the Mata'amu camp. 2, this is a real dead person, in which case, please stop touching it. You're disturbing a crime scene. I don't believe we've ever gotten a straight answer out of them on this one. I mean, it sure looks real, and maybe it is, but I also wouldn't put it past Survivor, especially in this era, to fake human remains for TV. Considering the distance now from season 4, it may very well go down forever as one of those great unexplained Survivor mysteries, like who put the granola in Janet's bag in Survivor Amazon, or how Carter got cast. We'll just never know. At number 3 are those weird Jeffless Challenges in Survivor Samoa and Survivor One World. No, this was not a fever dream you had. There were 3 reward challenges across 2 different seasons where Jeff was completely AFK, nowhere to be found. These were designed as an experiment, as Jeff explained it in an interview at the time, quote, as a way to generate a new kind of reality where the 2 tribes must work together to figure something out while ultimately competing against each other in a challenge. Fans have long speculated that these Probst-free challenges were because he was back in LA filming his talk show at the time, but I've never been convinced that's the case. For one, the first DIY challenge premiered in Survivor Samoa, some 3 years before his talk show even existed. And 2, Survivor One World was filmed in late summer 2011, again, a full year before his talk show debuted. More likely, it's exactly what Jeff said, just a production experiment. It actually almost kinda fits the One World theme. Although it's entirely possible that this was also just some elaborate scheme for Jeff to prove his haters, who say he is cringe during challenges, wrong. This is your alternative. Is this what you want?
Hear ye, hear ye. Bring this envelope and the boxes to the clearing in a neutral location. Here we are.
Watching these back, they're actually not atrocious, but it's easy to see why they only did this 3 times and then quietly boxed the idea away forever. It's obvious that Jeff's skills to entertainingly narrate the challenge from an omniscient point of view is an important tool in the show's toolkit for turning a bunch of people untying knots or playing bocce ball into an exciting high-stakes competition fit for primetime TV. Whatever the reason he was gone, his absence leaves the players to narrate the challenge in confessionals, which, bad season to shoulder extra narrative duties on your cast. At number 2 is the time Jeff hid Foo Fighters song titles in his challenge narration during the episode 4 immunity challenge of Survivor Heroes vs. Healers vs. Hustlers. This is weird even by Jeff standards. Jeff's a huge Foo Fighters fan, so he wanted to honor his buddy Dave Grohl and the rest of the band by putting in not 1, not 2, but 6 cheeky references to Foo Fighters songs during the Triple H episode 4 immunity. Here are all of them for your viewing pleasure.
Are your tribe mates helping you, or are they throwing a monkey wrench into your plans? Another hot day in Fiji.
Good. Second, up.
My poor brain. You were looking for both the color and the shape. Times like these, you need a little luck. You must finish however long it takes. Otherwise, it is the long road to ruin.
Still better than Bill. There's not much more to it than that. Jeff's a Foo fan, so he wanted to throw some Easter eggs in on a random challenge that no one except hardcore fans would probably notice. In my opinion, he actually pretty organically works most of them in, with 1 or 2 exceptions. Pretty weird thing to do, but hard to fault him for having fun in one random challenge. I mean, if it were me, I'd be dropping Sufjan Stevens references all day. Wow, Mike's performance is as sad as Casimir Pulaski Day. The weirdest thing Survivor did that you forgot about is this bizarre amalgamation of every winner we saw at the reunion of Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. This unholy abomination reportedly can only be killed with fire. During the reunion of Heroes vs. Villains, Jeff wanted to show us what the ultimate Survivor player looks like. So they combined every winner up to that point into one player, the ultimate player, the person who would win Survivor 100 out of 100 times. And it's this creature, featuring the left eyebrow of Richard, the right eyebrow of Sandra, Tom's lower lip, Parvati's earlobes, and more. Survivor just straight up Ed Geined their ideal winner from the 19 prior Survivor champions. This segment is followed immediately by the show's very touching tribute to Jen Lyon, the first Survivor castaway to pass away. A beautiful tribute indeed, but the tone change here is giving me whiplash. We couldn't find a different place in the program to put the Winter Abomination segment. It had to be right before the In Memoriam. Anyway, Jeff did implore anyone who looks like this guy to apply. I heard they recently opened up casting to all unnatural and unholy creatures living in caves beneath the Misty Mountains, so he should be good to go. Got nothing else for ya. If you want to be my hero, like and subscribe, and I'll get you more Survivor content just like this. Until next time, don't get idled out.